Hey everyone, as always, Dylan Miller Prospecting, and it's Paydirt battle time again. And this time we're going to be battling two of the biggest sellers with some of their biggest gold. And that's Goldbay's 3-pound, 3-gram chunky bag versus GoldNuggetSales 3-pound, 3-gram chunky bag. So I'm really excited to get into both these bags to see how they pan out, as well as to see some of this chunky gold. So let's just flash up both descriptions and go to the overhead. As you saw, the Gold Nugget sales bag had a much better written description. They tell you a lot of information about this bag of Paydirt. While the Goldbay didn't have very much in the way of wording, they do include a video which shows you the difference between a regular bag and their chunky bag. It also includes links to 2 of my reviews as well as one from Clash. So it does give you some information, but I do think the Gold Nugget sales gives you a little bit more information about the Paydirt itself. Now both bags do claim to be 3 pounds, so let's weigh them both up and see. The Goldbay is 3 pounds, 3.3 ounces, while the Gold Nugget sales comes in at 3 pounds, 3.4 ounces. And let's open them both up, check them out. I will rinse out both bags before the end of the video. So as you can see, much darker material in the Gold Nugget sales. Does look like it has some bigger material in it as well. We'll find out when we classify it down. This one's a little bit reddish. Well, this is some dark material. Let's check them both, see if there's much magnetite. They both look like they have a decent bit of black sands, but this one not too much in the way of magnetite itself. Let's check out the Goldbay. And again, not very much in the way of magnetite. We'll have to see when we're panning them how much of this is actually black sands and how much is pretty easy to pan out. And now I'm going to go classify this down and we're going to be right back. Okay, all done classifying, and with the Goldbay, these 4 pans, as you can see, the vast majority of this material is in the lower 2 classifications. They're almost up to the 2nd riffle on both of these. And that is kind of surprising considering that this is chunky gold Paydirt. And I'm only expecting to find gold in these 2 classifications, maybe a little bit in here, but I'm really expecting to find almost all of it in here. So probably half of the material might not have gold in it, which will be kind of disappointing. Now with the Gold Nugget sales, it's pretty equal amounts in all of them. Maybe a little bit more in the +10 and a little bit less in the -10, +20. But again, I expect to find most of the gold in these upper classifications, but they do say in their description that you could find some in the -40. So maybe I'll find some in the lower 2 classifications. We'll have to see. I will also mention that the Gold Nugget sales did say in their description that I was guaranteed a 1-gram nugget, but I did not see it when I was classifying it down. So I'm guessing the only way I'm going to find it is to pan it out. So let's go get some water and do just that. So have my water, have my pan, have all my Goldbay Paydirt here, and my Gold Nugget sales Paydirt here. So let's start with Goldbay's +10 and listen to some music. Well, finished panning everything out as you saw, and I have to say those were a little bit more difficult than I thought they would be for chunky gold bags. But let's get to the gold I found, and starting with Goldbay, I found a lot of gold, and I actually found gold in every classification, which I really did not expect. So really happy with that from Goldbay. And from GoldNuggetSales, I found gold in every classification as well. Maybe not as much in the lower three classifications. I'll be curious when these all hit the scale to see how it all adds up. So there we go. Let's start weighing these up. We're going to start with the Goldbay and the chunky stuff. We're going to weigh just the biggest piece first just to see. So half a gram there, 0.545 to be exact. So 2.175 for the plus 10, minus 10 plus 20, 0.845. Now I'll be surprised if either one of these actually budge the scale. It's really not that much gold. .15. It did budge the scale. And lastly, the minus 40, which I'm almost positive won't budge a scale, but we'll see. Yep, didn't budge it. Let's weigh it all up. So there you go, 3.030 grams from Goldbay. And now let's weigh up the Gold Nugget sales. We're going to start, make sure this is nice and clean. And we're going to start with the big piece, which should weigh over a gram, according to their description. And there you go, 1.075. 2.9 grams for the plus 10. So I was guaranteed 3 grams in both bags, and that one pretty much was all of it in one little haul. 0.235. This should budge the scale. 0.03. Just in case. It's not going to, but let's check. You never know. Nope. Add it all up. See what the total is. $3.165 grams from Gold Nugget sales. Now let's talk about Paydirt difficulty. Now for these chunky bags from Goldbay and Gold Nugget sales, I have to say, when I went into this, I figured they would be pretty easy to pan out because the majority of the gold I was going to find was going to be chunky gold. But they both surprised me, and they had gold in every classification. Now for the Goldbay, it was a little bit more difficult than the Gold Nugget sales. While they both had about the same amount of gold in the very lowest classifications, the Goldbay was much dirtier, clouded up the water instantly just with the plus 10. So from then on, it just got worse. While the Gold Nugget sales really didn't get dirty until about the minus 40. Now for Goldbay, for a beginner, I would actually give this a hard. For an advanced panner, I would give it a medium. And for an expert panner, I would give this an easy. Now, while with the Gold Nugget sales, for a beginner, I would give this a medium. For an advanced panner, I would give it a medium as well. And for an expert panner, I would give it an easy. Now, of course, if you don't want to get that minus 40, which didn't even budge the scale, these would be a lot easier. But if you want to get all of the gold like I do, that's how difficult the bags will be. All right, finished calculating my ROIs, writing up my reviews, and let's get right to it. This again was the battle of the chunky bags from Goldbay and Gold Nugget sales. Both of them were 3-gram chunky bags with a guaranteed 3 grams of gold in both of them. The Gold Nugget sales also did guarantee that it would include a picker or nugget over 1 gram. Now for the Goldbay, I paid $194.95. Shipping was $11.50 for a total cost of $206.45. Gold recovered right here, 3.030 grams, which tested out at 18 to 22 carats. Now the gold spot on the day that this bag was received was $58.38, making this gold worth $176.89, giving me an ROI of 85.66%, or on my scale, an 8.6. So really good ROI there. Not going to complain about that one little bit. Now for the Gold Nugget sales, I paid $204.95. Shipping was $10.95 for a grand total of $215.90. Now the gold I recovered right here, 3.165 grams of, again, 18 to 22 karat gold. The gold spot on the day that bag was received was $58.44, so a little bit higher, making this gold worth $184.96, giving me an ROI of 85.67%, or on my scale, an 8.6 again. So exact same ROIs for both bags. Even though this one came out with a little bit more gold, it was also a little bit more expensive. So a tie. Now for fun factor, I'm going to give both of these bags a 10. I really had fun with these. I have to say, I went into this not thinking I would find very much, if any, gold in the -20 or the -40. And I was pleasantly surprised. There was not a ton of gold. It barely budged the scale for both bags, but it made it worth panning. So 10 for both bags, and again, a tie. Now for Paydirt descriptions, I'm going to give Goldbay an 8. It's a really good description, but it definitely could use a little bit more tweaking, maybe a sentence or two more. So an 8 for Goldbay. For GoldNuggetSales, I think they pretty much say everything they need to say in there, so they're getting a 10. So the win goes to GoldNuggetSales for description. For Paydirt quantity and packaging, Goldbay is going to get a 9. It was over the 3 pounds stated, and it came in a coffee bag, so 9 total. While GoldNuggetSales also was over the 3 pounds and came in a coffee bag, they do also include a second bag to protect that coffee bag. So a 10 and a win for the GoldNuggetSales in Paydirt quantity and packaging. For customer service and shipping, they're both getting a 10 and another tie. Both of them have excellent customer service, and both of them are really good at speedy shipping. So 10 for both. So total scores, Goldbay 9.1 and GoldNuggetSales a 9.7. Both have really good scores, and I don't think anyone would complain if they got either one of these bags. But I have to go with GoldNuggetSales for the win. But I will say, the Goldbay Paydirt actually pans out, I think, more like real Paydirt. I think if you didn't classify both of these down, the Goldbay would seem like you were in a stream and you hit the mother lode where you were finding gold in all classifications, but a lot of chunky gold. And the gold is also a lot darker. It hasn't been cleaned as much, which makes it look more organic as well. While the GoldNuggetSales did include that really nice nugget, so I really enjoyed that. And I also personally really enjoyed the description and the extra packaging. So the win does go to GoldNuggetSales. So that's going to be it for this battle, and I hope you enjoyed the video, and maybe if you did, you'll hit the thumbs up button, and if you're not already a subscriber, make sure you hit that subscribe button as well.